Okay, good morning. We are live this morning. We are live, and you all come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's see. Person. Anyway, yes, good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday. It's Lady Victoria with Victoria School of Etiquette, where we offer a solution to all of your etiquette dilemmas. And I am broadcasting to you live this morning from the great windy city of Chicago. Chi-Town, we like to call it. We are the best in the Midwest. And Victoria School of Etiquette are happy to welcome you to our platform on this morning. So we are almost at the end of the week. Today is Thursday, and today I'm sharing with you Thursday's thought. Just a few little things about the ramblings in my head. And I hope you don't mind. But I'd like for you to join me on this morning. So please come on in, tag a friend, tag a neighbor, and have them come on in. And let's join Thursday's thoughts on this morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming, for being here on this morning. And please like and share across your social media platforms. Please feel free to post your comments in the comments section below. And I will respond to them at the end of the broadcast. So this morning's um, this morning's broadcast is entitled "The Art of Being You." And again, we are 10 days into the new decade. And some of you, those of you, good morning, good morning, good morning. Those of you that have made New Year's resolutions, those of you that have already made your vision boards and you've already decided what you want to do in the first quarter, those things are wonderful. And those are things that we should do because without a life plan for our lives, we just skate through without really knowing where we're going and what we're doing and how we're going to accomplish those things that we've set aside. But how many of you know that, good morning, Demetria, how many of you know that the life that you live out is the life that you have created by the words that you speak? Good morning, Tonio. It is the life that you speak into existence. And that's the life that we oftentimes live out on this morning. And so I want us to just sit back and greetings. I want us to sit back and think. Like I said, a lot of us have already made our vision boards and we've already, made a plan for where we're going and what we're doing in this life. But are you being who you really want to be? The art of being yourself takes discipline. It takes having a firm mindset. It takes having single eye vision. It takes focus. And it takes you checking in with yourself every single day. You cannot live your life by the standards of other people and expect that you're going to have a quality of life that you want for yourself. You have to remain true to the plan that you created for yourself. And if somewhere along the line you figure out that the plan that you've crafted and you created, it doesn't suit you, then what? The best thing for you to do is to create a new plan. When you find out that it no longer serves you, when you find out that the direction that your life has taken has shifted, and our lives do shift, our plans do shift, things happen in our lives that changes the trajectory of where we said that we were going. Life happens while we're living life. And so we always have to be in the mindset that where you're trying to go is the best fit for where you want to end up to be. Does that make sense? Where you're trying to go has to be the best fit for where you want to land later in life. In the first part of our lives when we're young and, we're in our 20s and we're just embarking on the world, we oftentimes just finished college or trade school or entered into perhaps the military and things of that nature. So that's our life plan in the beginning. But later on, you may get married. You may decide that you're going to have a significant other. There's going to be a part of your life you hope for a lifetime. But things happen. What if you end up being divorced? What if you end up being a single parent? What if you end up parenting more children than you thought that you would? What if something happens to a family member and you have to take on a part of their children and help raise them? What if your parents get sick and you have to take care of them, or they move into a retirement home, whatever it is? So these shifts happen in our lives. And while those things are happening to us and we have to live through them, are you still able to be who you really are? Are you still able to maintain your own identity without letting those other things in life become so overbearing until you lose sight of who you really are? Oftentimes, I remember when my children were younger, and I have four of them, two and two girls and two boys. But and those of you that are parents, I'm sure you have experienced the same thing while you're growing up and they're in school and you're going to parent-teacher meetings and conferences and your parties and your chaperoning field trips and like that. And as you meet their friends, you meet your children's friends, very seldom do they call you by your name. Very seldom was I Mrs. DuBose, but I was David's mom, I was Tabitha's mom, I was Rachel's mom, and I was John's mom. Those are my four children. So oftentimes people put labels on us that's suitable for them, but they're little kids. So they weren't thinking about because they called Tabitha by her first name, so I just became Tabitha's mom instead of Mrs. DuBose. But how do we get caught up? Oftentimes we get caught up in other titles that other people assign to us and that they give us, and then that becomes our lives. We lose sight of I'm not just my children's mom. I'm not just Tabitha, David, Rachel, and John's mom, but I'm Victoria. I'm me. I'm not just Mrs. whoever your last name is. I'm not just Mrs. DuBose. I'm not just Mrs. Williams or Smith or Johnson or whatever your last name is. You're not just your husband's wife, but you are your own person and you are entitled. It's a book title. It's so beautiful. It very well could be. Good morning, Annette. But we are, great morning. We are our own persons and we have to remain true to who we are because when we get sidetracked on the path of life, and especially when we get sidetracked by who other people label us to be or try to make us to be or try to reinvent us to be, when we get sidetracked by that, we lose a valuable portion of ourselves. And we have to always remember that we come first. If you can't serve yourself first, guess what? You're no good to anyone else. You really are. You are offering people a lesser version or a watered down version of who it is you want to be or who it is that you already are. And that's unfair, not just to them, but it is most unfair to you. It is most unfair to we ourselves when we do that. And so we always have to remember that you are important, you come first, and you are worthy of being who you are. Remember that always. You are worthy of being who you are. I remember being in high school, or graduating from grammar school, going into high school, and I've always loved music. I don't play any instrument, but I love music. My dad was a musician. He had his own band and all of that for a season. They cut a few singles, back in the day growing up. And I wanted to study music. I wanted to study music in high school. But my mom always wanted to be a secretary. And she was never able to achieve that as we were growing up. She ended up being a CNA. That was her career of choice later. But she always wanted to be a secretary. So um, she lived through me. That's really what happened. She wanted me to go to school to be a secretary. And I never wanted to be a secretary. No discredit to my mom. I'm just sharing my story, right? These are thoughts in my head. And so I ended up going to Richards Vocational High School at that time, which was an all-girls school. And then I transferred to Jones Commercial High School in my junior and senior year. And at that time, they only accepted juniors and seniors. And so my major was secretarial practice, but I just liked it intensely, intensely. So needless to say, I did not excel in that field because you know what? It did not speak to my heart. It did not speak to my being. It did not speak to my person. I had no love for it whatsoever. I was operating out of obedience, to my parents who decided that this was going to be a life choice. And so I decided growing up that I would never interfere with what my children wanted to do. If they wanted to try it, I was going to support them, even if I did not agree. That I would support them and give them the opportunity to find their own path and to find their own way and to make the best life for them that they wanted. And so I never interfered with that. I've offered suggestions, and all of my children are adults now. They're all living their own lives, and I offer suggestions and I offer support. But I never tried to craft them to be something that I thought might have suited them better. Because it has to resonate with your heart. It has to resonate with your soul person, which is your mind, your will, your thoughts, and all of that. It has to resonate with that. And if it does not, it does not serve you well. And you will not be as prosperous in your life. That's my opinion, that you will not be as prosperous in your own life when you don't pursue the things that make you happy, that keep your motor running, that keep you ticking. So the art of being you, of course, it is rooted in first finding ourselves, because oftentimes when we're young, we may not even know. I'm very proud of one of my sons. Well, I'm very proud of all of my children. But one of my sons, since he was in grammar school, he always knew that he wanted to go into the military. And when he told me round about his sophomore year that was his career, would be his career of choice, I said, okay. And then when he sat down with his dad and I said, listen, I'll be graduating. Don't waste your money on college, because I'm not suited for that. I'm not cut out for it. I'm going to the military and I want to make this a lifetime career choice. And I said, okay, fine. If that's what you want to do, then I support you 100%. Then when he told me he was signing up, he was choosing the Marine Corps out of all of the armed forces, I said, son, can you please choose the Army? The Marine Corps is so tough, but it is what he wanted, and I supported him in it. And he has done an excellent job serving the Marine Corps for the past 7+ years. So I'm very proud of him for making that decision. And my other son, this is not my children's show. This is my show. My other son, who is a youth pastor out in Denver, Colorado, is doing quite well. And both my daughters are working in their career choice at this present time. So I'm very proud of them. And I'm just using them as examples to say, especially parallel to mine, how I didn't get to make the choice until later in life. And now I am pursuing and running hard after those things that best serve me. And one of them is doing just what I'm doing right now, sharing my thoughts with the World Wide Web, and pursuing public speaking and pursuing coaching. I just finished up my certification as a worthy coach under the Shannon Yvette brand, where we coach women that might be struggling with self-esteem and those type of issues in their life. And it's all biblically based. And that's the program that I'm most interested in. We have to also remember that as created beings and spiritual created beings, that we are co-creators with God. So his plan for us is for us to be prosperous and successful in life. And he's going to put us on the path and give us thoughts and ideas and plans and position us around people that will help us to achieve that goal. We just have to make sure that we are spiritually tuned in, that we're listening, that we're able to see the vision when God puts it before us. And again, it's going to resonate with you when it is of God, because he gave you the plan to be a creative force in this earthly realm to achieve the things that you want. But guess what? It also serves the kingdom. So if I sound like I'm all over the place this morning, I have so many thoughts about this, and it is so valuable to us as people, not just as women, but it is so valuable to us as people until we have to learn to reposition ourselves. We have to learn how to retrain our thoughts. We have to learn how to unlearn so many of the things that we have learned and that we have been taught from our days of our youth. You have to unlearn some of those things and relearn how to go hard after the things that serve us. So what are you doing right now to walk in the art of being you? I'm not even going to address the topic of authenticity and all of that, because I've come to realize that oftentimes our authentic self is a long journey getting there to where we are. Some people are gifted to discover it early in life, and they're able to pursue after it at an early age and take it into their later years in life, and also reprogram it, redevelop it, revamp it, that vision, that dream, and all of that down through the years, down through the ages of their years. Some of us discover it later in life, but whenever you discover it, make it a practice to be you every single day. That's the best thing that you can do for yourself is to be who you are and be who you are consistently. Don't waver, don't stagger, don't try to please the next person by doing it to make them happy because your happiness is just as important as theirs, if not more so. Because when you don't live a life again that is pleasing unto you, you're not offering the best of who you are and you're doing yourself a great disservice. So, this is Thursday's thoughts on this morning, and I am very happy to share them with you. Thank you, all of you that have watched me live, and for those of you that will come back and watch the replay, hit hashtag replay, and I'll know that you're watching the replay. Please like and share across your social media platforms. I'm very appreciative of that. If you haven't joined my YouTube channel by the same name, Victoria School of Etiquette, please go over there and subscribe to the YouTube channel over there. All of my videos, especially those this year, some from last year, I'll be adding to that platform as well. But they will be there for your viewing pleasure anytime that you want to see them. So if you are interested in learning more information about the Victoria School of Etiquette and the various courses and programs that we offer, if you are interested in improving your dining etiquette and improving your conversation and manners, please go over, well, my website is under reconstruction, but the website address is www.vsec16.com. You can also shoot me an email under the same name, vsetc16@gmail.com. So if you are interested in a course or if you are interested in also having just a free consultation to review your manners and review where it is that you feel that you are lacking, please get in touch with me that way. You can also follow me on Instagram by the same name, Victoria School of Etiquette, and you can hit me up there, and you can also direct message me. So there are several ways to get in touch with Lady Victoria. I am your etiquette educator, and I'm signing out for now. Until the next time, I want you to remember that the manners that you practice in private are the ones that are going to show up in public. So be in your best etiquette health, and we'll chat again next time. Bye for now.